In this video, we will talk to you about a topic that many people knew about, but so deeply not thought. Today, we will look at two fairly high-quality what if, and not just from the dismantle and argue from the merits and sins that do not dock with the original plot Skibidi Toilet. I will not delay the introduction. Let's make this video 1K likes and try to reach the goal of 100K subs. Let's begin. Let's start with Dutter Floutin. Link to him in the description. As for me, it is one of the best fan-made on the fandom Skibidi, as he is one of the first who made a whole part of what ifs linked together not just a plot, but also events explaining why this or that event occurred in this timeline. In general, fan-made quite good in this case, and his animations at a fairly high level. We'll take apart his animation for the extra scene of Season 24, we'll go over the animation a bit, and then I'll go over the pros and cons. Everything starts as in the original extra scene, and I will note that the graphics and models here are made at a decent level, and if you take a random screen from this series, you can really think that it is a series of Dafuk, so I will take it immediately to the pluses. The first difference in this fan-made is that G-Man this time did not run away, but stayed and tried to convince Titan TV to spare him, to which Titan TV responded as in the original series. After G Toilet again deflected from TV Titan's attack, after TV knocks out the screen of death and says the following words. After TV Scientist comes in and says the following. TV Titan is clearly not in the best of moods at this news. Eventually, the scientist tries to change his mind, and a camera click intervenes in the dialogue. He of course picks it up and says, "I'll teleport you to the lab." TV Titan, not understanding anything, mumbles unhappily. "You're so lucky." Now let's look at it from a canon point of view. Well, one of the main issues here is the scientist himself. He canonically could not come here so quickly, but this is possible only if the event 73 happened a little faster than we thought, for example. Camerawoman and her squad came much faster and dealt with the Skibidi toilets, so that here did not have time to fly Mutant Toilet, which prevented the passage of further. But here's the problem. The TV scientist teleported to the Titan only after the TV daddy gave him the papyrus, confirming that G was once an Astro, but in the canon, TV dad teleported after the battle with G Toilet had already taken place. So this is one of the sins. And I warned you I'd be a hard ass. But let's take the fact that in this timeline, TV dad teleported much earlier. Then all the moments add up. One of the most such incomprehensible moments is connected with the toilet. Namely because he did not escape. Yes, fan-made called that if the toilet did not escape, so he does not escape. But the point is that it could be played a little differently than this move, because the G here basically just stands and does nothing, and any actions from him, except for praying. We have not heard, he's just pathetically trying to dodge Titan's attacks, and that seemed to me to be the main disadvantage. Okay, it's not a disadvantage, it's more of a pout. Because G has already realized that Titan won't forgive him so easily, and he's going to pay for his actions anyway, but he is just standing there and could even die if not for the scientist. The best option instead of running away would be to attack. For example, they are fighting, so Titan and G, and then comes here scientist and says that they are friends, and now they are best friends, and the end. As for me, these shortcomings can be easily covered by the fact that it is what if, and you will be right. The minuses here, well, just to be, for me it is no longer minuses, but just proving. And now let's get to the pluses. As I said earlier, it is elaboration of models and graphics. It is here just like in the canon, and directly gives Dafuk's vibe, and this plus, as for me, overlaps all those minuses that I said earlier. Next comes the moment with a camera. As we know, TV men very secretive and does not like such moments as to take pictures of them without permission, especially the scientist. That's why he took this camera with him, and perhaps this camera he took to study as a development. But it is unlikely, although everything is possible. I also want to emphasize, and the sounds themselves, They are here made just awesome, as well as the sound lines of the characters are clearly audible and understandable. At Da Fook, for example, I could not clearly hear the proposals TV men in reverse because they are stupidly overlapped by multiple filters. I will not say that this is a minus, because for what there are subtitles in the series, but still Dutter this detail also worked out for this, he respect. About emotions here in general, a separate topic. Here G Toilet the whole palette of emotions felt, from anger, then happiness is definitely a plus. This fan-made animation I estimate at all 10/10 here is no overdoing everything as it should, Dutter Floutin that good, that does not overdo, as for example sometimes Spider-Run, so he deserves such an assessment. Let's move on to the fan-made by Matt. Fan-mader Matt is not as popular as Dutter, but he can also make some pretty high-quality fan-mades, and for now, we will be looking at his link in the description. What If, on 67 series, he was inspired by fan-made Maxidi. In general, I'm too lazy to retell the whole series, so at the link in the description you can watch this What if you have not seen it, and I would like to ask you whether it is necessary to retell the plot that occurs in the series, or immediately start with dismantling it on the pros and cons. Write in the comments. In general, I found some pros and cons here. The cons are already more significant than in Dutter. We'll go step by step through the pros and cons. The timing itself is large, so I will not get to the animation in some moments, because to make such a good animation for such a small channel is a great rarity. The graphics here is certainly not the best, but watchable. With special effects here is all good. Well, here is a model of the secret agent is a separate conversation. In general, visually here all medium, although in some moments I did not understand what happened. For example, how in general G-Man was able to infect the Sword Titan so that the hand also fell under the influence. How Speakerman Titan decapitated the Sword Titan. Also, I did not really want to destroy G-Toilet clones because they are generally here are too easy. One of them fell and died, and the second just blown apart by a single charge from the core. Although in the original, they held, so to speak, decent. Yes, and clones here too quickly as it came, although it would be virtually impossible. Yes, I realize that it is a fan-made, but give a pillow. In short, +2 minuses in the piggy bank. Also, G still ran away for a minute to the bathroom, and also why the Speakerman Titan with Titan Cameraman higher than TV Titan. But okay, that we are all about the minuses. Let's get to the pros. First, I would like to note that few of the animators could manipulate so many objects on the frame. Here they are in Principe really a lot. Here you and G clones and scientist and G toilet and all this in one frame. Also, the fan-miter in the comments wrote that because of such a large number of objects, he physically could not normally do everything. So in some moments, animation is simply cheap. Also here added and storyline with Da Fook, which ultimately ends this universe, showing that if G Toilet had not escaped, all would have ended in a bad ending, both for Skibidi and for the Alliance. So 2 pluses to this fan-made for its originality and objects on the frame. Also, there is a concept of combining the abilities of the Titans for a stronger effect, such as at this point, Titan TV turns on the screen of death, and Titan Speakerman turns on his speakers to enhance the effect, in the piggy bank. Also, the sound design here is also not bad. I saw a lot of not popular fan-maders who have a problem with the sounds. It is sometimes really hard to do, so I will take this detail to the pluses. Also, the timing is quite so big, and there is something to see here. I do not know whether to attribute this to the pluses or not, but I think it deserves praise. I give this fan-made a solid 7. That's basically the whole breakdown of these fan-made. Thank you for watching with you. If you want to support the channel, then connect sponsorship. Cameraman sponsors get access to new videos before the rest. All bye.